Today's government borrowing figures read like the chilling opening chapters of a Stephen King novel. Public sector debt hit a new high of £2.08 trillion at the end of October, with an extra £215 billion borrowed in just 7 months. Data published this morning by the Office for National Statistics showed that the UK's overall debt has now exceeded 100% of the size of the economy. That is the highest it has been since the early 1960s, when Britain was still recovering from the Second World War. Now, early in the pandemic, the Prime Minister Boris Johnson rightly said he will not be choosing austerity again. However, since that moment, in those early months of the year, we have so badly damaged and diminished our ability to pay our own bills as a nation, which is of course normally done through economic growth. The choice of austerity or no austerity is out of our hands. Austerity is now choosing us. We are about to embark on not just another long era of austerity, it will be austerity plus plus plus. You know this because you run your own household budget and you stop spending money when it isn't there. You know when day-to-day spending is via your overdraft and via credit cards, and most of us have been there, you know at that point you're in trouble. Be clear, that is where Britain is right now. Britain is living off credit cards. Every billion that the government generously hands out is in fact money that they are borrowing on your behalf. And more tragically, they're actually borrowing it on behalf of kids in this country that haven't even been born yet. We chose this path. We embarked on a ruinously expensive, damaging scientific experiment to try to control a virus. Absurdly, some people have been cheerleaders for these measures and have wanted more. People have contacted this programme telling me that the lockdowns are not so bad. Drink it up, they say. But those are the people who are at home on furlough, in the certain knowledge there will be a job to return to when all of this is over. No such comfort for the millions who are going to join the dole queue in the coming months and years, if they haven't joined the dole queue already. Millions that will no longer be getting up in the morning, leaving the house, making something of their lives, and contributing to the economy by spending money and paying taxes. Now, I grew up in the early 80s. I'm younger than I look, thank you. But I did, on a serious note, witness at first hand the awful effect on society of mass unemployment. It's a disaster for mental health, for the family unit, and it is financial quicksand, not just for the individuals involved, but for the state that must support them. Now, those jobless or soon to be jobless will be forced against every instinct they have to go to the government, cap in hand, needing support, and they will watch their lives and that of their families rapidly erode. Which is why, in the wake of all of this eye-watering debt, we haven't borrowed on this scale since German bombs rained over London. With millions and millions of people facing unemployment, it is absurd, if not offensive, that today public sector unions are protesting a proposed pay freeze for their members. Now, rightly, doctors and nurses will be spared the pay freeze. We've never asked so much of the doctors and nurses and other frontline workers in the history of this country. And I think it's actually bad and it's disappointing that the rest of our amazing public sector across the civil service, police, education, social care, fire crews, street cleaners, local council services, to name but a few, well, it's disappointing and it's bad that they don't get the pay rise they deserve. Our public sector is truly world class. It must be treasured and it must be properly remunerated. The public sector bore the brunt of a decade of austerity, and they are playing catch up. But read the room, folks. In this climate, a pay rise is still having a job. The austerity of the 2000s was a debatable economic strategy, which many argue did more harm than good during the last downturn. But the last downturn was like the Queen's garden party compared to where we are now. We have knowingly wrecked the economy as part of an unproven and debatable scientific experiment. We have crashed the economy into a brick wall with no tangible evidence that lockdowns work. And so now I'm afraid the cupboard is bare. We've been saying for months and months on this show, I've sometimes worried that I've been repeating myself. But we've been saying the COVID measures, which may or may not be the right thing to do, I'm praying that they are the right thing to do. I fear they're not. But love them or loathe them, these measures have consequences. And those consequences are starting to be felt. Be clear, this is just the beginning. And be clear, our leaders chose this path. But with a full vaccine rollout months and even years away for the entirety of the population, it's still not too late to limit further destruction and choose a path of recovery. It's not too late to change course, to stop the damage, to see sense. So, is Boris Johnson the man to pivot, to change, and to bravely take that path, to stop the damage and to end the madness? Here's hoping. Because if he's not, I predict the Tory party will ultimately get rid of him and choose someone who is. This is Talk Radio.